It's a bond measure supporters here in Tehachapi say will bring much needed upgrades to local parks, but opponents say it's a waste of your tax money.
17 News is your local election headquarters. Voters in Tehachapi will have the opportunity to vote on a Parks and Recreation bond measure on November 6th. Supporters say the revenue generated from this tax would provide much needed upgrades to parks, but opponents argue it's a waste of tax dollars. 17's Eitan Wallace spoke with both members on both sides and joins us now with details. Eitan?
Jim, supporters say if this tax does not pass, the city's decades-old parks will only get worse.
We have failing facilities. We have outdated facilities that are in desperate need of rehab. And with Measure R, we'll be able to revitalize, rehab, and rejuvenate our facilities.
Tehachapi Valley Parks and Rec District Director Michelle Vance explaining why she stands behind Measure R, a $43 million bond measure set to appear on the ballot this November.
Our current tax base is not sufficient enough to do major capital improvements.
That's why Vance says there was a need to raise taxes. If Measure R passes, Tehachapi homeowners would see an annual property tax increase of $39 for every $100,000 worth of property.
What we're going to do is revitalize our current facilities, build new restrooms, build a new sports complex for the Little League and soccer programs, but also build a new recreation center that will have a brand new aquatic center, a community space and senior space, and then also have all of our fitness areas.
Supporters say it sounds great, but Larry Barnett, who's called Tehachapi home for the last 13 years, is not buying it.
It's a measure that I think is totally irresponsible.
Instead of new taxes, he believes the park improvements should be paid through other means.
There's various funding mechanisms that would be able to pay for such an endeavor, and they didn't really check into those at all. I mean, there's grants locally and nationally. They didn't pursue those avenues, and they just want all this money on the taxpayers' back.
Someone paid it forward for the generations before us. It's now our turn to pay it forward for this community.
Opponents say due to interest on those bonds, the price tag for the measure increases to $86 million over the next 3 decades when the bond is expected to be paid off. Measure R needs a simple majority to pass. Eitan Wallace, 17 News.
Eitan, thank you.